A very, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for keeping it Y254 on this fine Monday. We trust that you enjoyed your long holiday and welcome back to another edition of Hello Day. My name is Shiko Kaitani. We sure hope that you have, of course, enjoyed the discussions right here on our breakfast show with Hilda Wadidi, not to mention Kalami Val. That SMS number is 22162 if you want to interact with us today. And of course, if you do want to chat with us through our social media platforms, well, we are Y254 TV on Instagram and Facebook and Y254 channel on Twitter. Now, this being a Monday, it's all about current affairs. And following the horrific news of a student from Moi Girls being raped last week, we said, you know what, let's just put a break from our usual headlines and talk about this. And as the youth, we are actually asking, how safe are we in school? And so today we actually do want to hear from our own. No specialists, no nothing. We actually do have our very own, and we want your opinion on this as well. 22162 is that SMS number. Please begin your text message with YM254 and tell us where you are watching from and share your thoughts on this particular story that's making rounds. Okay, joining me on this 20-minute discussion is journalist Ram Aguko, who's definitely one of us, and of course we do have the one and only Mr. Kayesu, who is a student leader at the University of Nairobi, joining us for this discussion. Gentlemen, karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
All right, so Moi Girls High School has actually been closed for a week after a student was raped in one of the hostels, and reports are in that parents have already arrived at the school as early as 5 a.m. the minute that story broke to pick their children. And now we understand that armed police officers have been deployed at the school to provide security. Guys, first of all, what's your opinion on this whole thing?
Let me first of all mention one thing here.
Yeah.
Who are the security officers providing security to?
That's a good question.
The school is closed. If the school is closed, why are the security officers there? To prevent another rapist from coming in. The essence of, you see, one thing about our society is we have a hypocritical society. When things go bad, that's when we pretend to offer solutions.
Yes.
Yet such a thing ought to have been prevented early before it happened. And if at all we are to mention that a lady was raped, then we wonder, then how did it happen that she got raped in the first place?
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, yes, Kaiso, go ahead.
I think we are in a community where we do something called reactivity instead of proactivity.
We are reactive. We are not proactive.
Yeah. At the moment you see some school has been bombed, like it happened in Garissa University, that's when security are beefed up. So I don't know whether the security are beefed up to do what, and those people have bombed and they are gone.
They are dead. Yeah.
Now there's security at Moi Girls. Why wasn't it there
in the first place?
We are just reactive. We are reactive on we wait for something to happen. I don't know, nobody can come there to you talk even about raping, the girls are at home. But who can come to rape again there, and they have just been raped the other time? They can
you
go,
would be crazy
they
to
can go rape somewhere else. I don't know whether they have beef security in all girls schools
And
because those people can go do it in another school again, because up to this moment nobody has been arrested for that incident. So we are in a reactive society. We need to be in a proactive society.
And it puts to question also matter security in our boarding schools, and it makes me wonder, how safe are our schools? If someone can just easily get in and get out, and something bad as rape happens, and no one knows any suspect. You see, it makes us wonder, how safe are our boarding schools, and if all students are safe in schools. And actually, this is a discussion that I will also be having tonight in the news panel at 7 p.m. Remember to tune in, Y254 News. How safe are our students in boarding schools? Now, when I was in boarding, I remember the only person who was giving security was, there were two people.
Wow.
One person was making rounds along the fence. That is when he wakes, after he wakes up at night. Another one was sleeping at the gate. not just keeping watch, sleeping at the gate. These are people who they come at 6 and they pretend to be moving around, but I can actually attest the reason as why most people, I know you who are watching at home, pia ulifanya kitu kama hii. Watu walikuwa na sneak out of school. People sneaking out of school and coming into school, they would go and do their own things and then come back into school. Why were they doing that? Because there are no sufficient security in boarding schools.
Okay. Well, Kilimani OCPD Michael Mushiri says that descriptions have been given by the girls who saw the attacker, and they've provided a few clues to detectives. But do you guys think that this is just a lost cause? Do you think?
How can you depend on description? Somebody tells you he had a big nose, they had a deep voice, they were dark in fact they can't see the complexion because it was at night. I don't know how this description, so we may end up having even wrong people in jail for that. Like if they say it's some handsome man, they can come for me and say that
someone who's raped can say handsome man.
Yes. Yeah, they can come for me because I'm handsome.
And we need to make sure about your safety.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't think if they had, don't we have some scientific way of knowing
forensics?
For knowing like why the facial, why description, why not like hand thumbprints, vitu kama hizo, why not those, why descriptions?
Do you think they are actually going to make headway in this case, or it's just let's just forget about it, no one's gonna get caught?
You see, we live in a society whereby it is only those who are living the high class who survive. That's one sad thing. And to be objective, I would not say that we give up on it. I would not say that we stop looking for the culprits, because at the end of the day, man, this guy has to be caught.
Okay.
He has to be caught. But if at all he is to be caught, then someone who has authority within the government, someone who has authority in any public sector should come in, the way we have had the activists coming in. We have had people going up in April, organizations have come in. When she was taken to Nairobi, the women's hospital, and I hope they will find out the DNA of the person. If at all it is upon the family themselves, I fear they may not be able to get the guy. But it will need the intervention of other people within the society, within this country, to help in getting the culprit. Otherwise, it will be a lost cause.
Chico, do you know it's not the first time Moi Girls is sitting headlines?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there was a time fire broke out.
Yes.
And the minister went there and told us, we will do anything to make sure that we bring this culprit to book. Has he been brought to book, or he has been brought to Facebook?
So things just tend to just fizzle away.
It is facial, like we are treated to seeing that at least they are doing something.
Okay.
I think Kenyans,
there's nothing is done. Why don't they, before they tell us that they assure us that they will bring this person to book, who are the culprits who lit fire, who caused fire there in the first place?
We have a problem in this society. Kenyans forget easily.
Yeah, by the way,
we forget easily. With time, when one thing trends this week, some politician, I feel, will just come up with another thing, so that Kenyans can divert their attentions from the current issue to something else. So we easily forget where we come from. We easily forget our problems. We easily forget the sagas that happened before. And when something else happened, that's when you remember, oh, something was not done.
And by the way, do you know that because of this Moi Girls incident, we are almost forgetting about the NYS scandal?
Yes.
Yeah, people are not talking. People are not talking about it anymore.
Now everyone is on Moi Girls.
So once something comes up, people forget. Did you read about the Sambala Wanyama animal farm, where pigs started to learn the alphabets? They learned A, B, C, D, and excellently within the week all pigs could read A, B, C, D. Then the next week they moved to E, F, G, H. They knew excellently E, F, G, H, but they forgot A, B, C, D.
Yes.
They forgot, like, can you now start counting? They started E, F, G, H. So
that's a good point.
That's now.
That's exactly what's going on here
in this society.
Okay.
Nobody is talking about aggregators of this world now.
All right. So 22162 is that SBS number. We're actually asking you your thoughts, your opinion about the ongoing case concerning the girl being raped from Moi Girls High School. And of course, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, our discussion today is on student safety. And we're asking the question, are students safe in school, in boarding schools in particular? Okay, we've got a text message here, gentlemen, from Eric in Mombasa, who says, as much as we would like to blame the principal, students in most cases are careless and expose themselves to dangers. How many students run away from school, sneak in contraband, and they cry foul? Still, it is unfortunate what happened to the poor girl. Okay, thank you so much, Eric from Mombasa.
This
guys, yeah, what do you think? Because I think what Eric is trying to bring across here is that sometimes we like to blame the principal.
I think that is a principle.
No. But I like his point, because even Ram touched a little bit on that sometimes even students like to throw themselves in compromising situations.
My thought is that if this particular incident happened maybe outside school, this particular girl sneaked outside the school and then the incident happened outside school, we could bring in this. But I think it is diversionary to bring in this, because this incident happened in school and it didn't happen to one girl, around 3 girls. So it is a rot in our school, in the security systems in our schools. And to make it worse, it is girls' school. You know, girls are delicate, very delicate. And girls are fearful. There are people who need a lot of security. Even you, Shiko, when you're walking out here, if you are not assured of your security, you won't leave this compound. So if we are taking girls, we are trusting girls with principals and school administration, and then they are not assuring us of their security. It is bad. It is very bad, because you know, I know the rules in girls' schools that you should, when they are leaving, like when they are closing, some of them get even buses, the AC coaches. They go up to the school, pick them to school, bring them up to Nairobi, the ones running in Nairobi from Mushago. And then when they were opening, they are not allowed in school past some time. Like they are strict school measures. Now we have obeyed all this, and then they are in school where we know they are safest. And now the enemy strikes.
I would like to add something here, Shiko. There is, let us not deviate from the subject matter. Because once we start talking about students leaving school and bringing in contraband, then we are deviating our mind from the fact that someone was raped. And are we trying to justify that the students should be blamed? This lady was in school at the right time, at the right moment, but she was caught by a culprit and a criminal. And I also got some information, maybe I don't know if it is true, that they were having knives and they threatened the ladies if they would shout, they would be stabbed. If these ladies were in school at the right time, they were in the right place, then why should we start bringing in the issue of students sneaking out to bring in contraband? Then we will be deviating from the fact that someone was hurt. And we'll be trying to prove that the society is actually having other faults. It's like saying, ukiharibu kitu, mtu anakuuliza, but uliharibu ile ya kwanza. So are we justifying the fact that now that tuliharibu ya kwanza, hii inafaa iharibike tena? No.
We are just being African. Shiko, let me bring this perspective of blaming the girls. When we were young, those of us who grew up in the village, ukitembea na mamako hivi, and then you knock your toes against a stone, you are blamed for it. Unatembea aje, unaangalia aje ukitembea, si uangalie mbele. While it's different in white society, you say, oh sorry, they are taking to hospital.
I know you like to bring up that example.
Hata kama uko na shida, unasema mami nasikia njaa, unasema kwa sababu ukuvaa sweta.
Yes, there's a problem. You are given if you face a problem, you are not you didn't engineer the problem, but you are given the blame so that you don't start believing. I think it's African. It's just African.
Guys, what do you think this is going to do to our public school system especially? Do you feel now that the trust that parents had, even the way when we grew up, whether you were in public school or private school, but times were slightly different then, What do you think this is now doing to the image of our schooling system right now as we speak? Because a lot of parents just feel like, what? Boarding school is definitely out of the question now.
There were suspicions that the one who did this is a staff of the school, a male staff of that school, of that same school. There are those suspicions, and investigations are going on if he was a staff. So I think in girls' school, we should really reduce male staffs. Yeah, if we are employing staff, then we should get those wazes.
I tend to differ from that.
We should have wazee wenye wamechoka na hii dunia if they are males. So the majority of staff should be females. Or we should elevate somebody.
Senior staff.
If you see somebody, if somebody has come to seek for a job, if somebody has come to seek for a job, should really interrogate and look. If his size is looking like he can commit a crime, should kick him out to tell him, we don't trust you with our ladies.
We cannot be able to determine the character of someone just through such kind of interviews. Saying that girls' schools should have mostly female teachers is actually going to make things... It's like saying, I'm afraid that my daughter might grow up to be a bad person, might grow up to be someone who is an alcoholic, someone who drinks, someone who goes to clubs and sleeps around. If you're afraid that your daughter might fall into such bad company, should you close them and lock them in the house? No. You should not close them. You should not lock them in from out of the society. Instead, you should teach them morals and standards and virtues that they may have, so that when they are outside there, they may be responsible. It is a fact that our society is rotten. So we should improve our society by ensuring that our teachers, they have good morals. Because even when I was in school, I was both in private and boarding school. When I was there, unapata, there are some teachers, ladies, female teachers, who would come up with short skirts. Alafu when they come to class, they will expose themselves so that students can be able to like admire and hit on them. So it's about ensuring that our society has virtues. Inaanza na walimu.
All right. Okay, so my director Martin is totally losing it upstairs because he says that we are running out of time. Martin, apologies. This was actually a well-deserved discussion. Remember to continue to interact with us to that SMS number, which is 22162. And we do want to continue, of course, on our social media handles. Thank you so much. We'll be sure to continue to sample more of your feedback right here on Hello Day as from tomorrow 9 a.m. Gentlemen, can I say thank you so much for coming through?
Thank you for having me.
Okay, absolutely. Kayesu, student leader from the University of Nairobi, and of course Ram Aguko, a journalist right here at Y254.